we're not. We're not. We got to do all this while we're talking about it. We can't. We can't.
I know. I'm sorry. That was a bad question.
No, so, come on, host.
Let's get to it.
Come on, hostess with the mostest. Go.
So, as you all know, Eggs is the star of the show. So, can you shut up?
What show?
The Plate.
I'm trying to be serious.
Right, that's the show.
This is
Nobody even knows the show.
well, the show is The Plate, where you make beautiful shit. So we're gonna give you an ingredient, and we want it to be the star, and we just want to see how creative you guys can get in quarantine. So,
And beyond.
Right now it's quarantine. Do you want this?
Bria, all I can see is your forehead.
Oh. I don't know.
We have to see you.
So everybody introduce themselves. Host.
Hi, I am Cagney Goodley. I will be your comic relief. Please feel free to send me plates in the future because I'm fat on the inside. I am his wife.
Hey everybody, I'm Ben.
I'm sure y'all know him, but we all know y'all.
Mr. Goodley Cooks. Just some random person on Twitter and Instagram who posts pictures of food and whatnot. And I believe it, so.
I am Jaya Griffin. Some people call me Chef. Some people call me the French Toast Queen. I don't know. It's easier to just accept Jaya. I will be the girl who posts a lot of natural lightings with a big old lily in the back.
I've been calling you Jaya for like a year.
Everyone does that. It's Jaya.
For like a year.
This
it's
is
always
true.
Jaya.
This is so true.
It's Jaya, but it's okay. Jaya. As long as you don't add extra letters, Jada, the Gyrus, then we're getting off track. So I'll accept.
Okay.
And Jaya's gone.
We lost her.
I don't know what I did. Okay, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Woo! Okay.
Okay, well, I'm Bria, and I travel and also do photography. So that's about it.
Playing it down like she takes.
Yeah. Like she does it just in her free time,
I want to be
it's a hobby.
I just want to go travel with her because she takes good pictures.
All right, look, y'all, we got 40 minutes, so let's get to our first submission. Our first submission is from Mistress of Whispers, Nicole @_Nicole says. I'm going to assume that this is Nicole, and we have her picture here. And so it looks to be, from what I'm looking at, 2 eggs over easy, over, looks like a sweet potato hash maybe. Sorry, I didn't read the full description. And I'll let Jaya, you start out with this.
Okay, so I love this picture particularly because obviously the eggs are supposed to be the subject of the dish, right? And that's the first thing your eyes go to. But it also allows you to kind of roam the plate and still be interested on everything that's there. So you want to dig into what's below the eggs, but also still the eggs continue to pull you in throughout the whole dish. So I love that. I love the bright colors, the fresh herbs bringing a different tone to the dish. So yeah, this one definitely sits high on my list. I won't tell what my favorites are, but this one did it for me.
Bria?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bria, could you please weigh in on what you think about this?
Yeah, so I really like this shot too. I like the close up, you don't know what else is on the plate, so it really draws you into just the eggs. And obviously the hash, I'm guessing. But everything has a really nice saturated color, and the composition is really interesting. So
I agree. I think when I saw this, I liked the detail that I could see in the plate. I can see onions, I can see the salt, I can just see so many things. And I appreciate that they took the time to not only make the eggs the star of the show, but let us know what else is in this plate. Like it makes you want to eat it just by looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think just very kind of wrapping this photo up. The lighting to me is spot on. It looks
It's perfect.
It looks to be possibly some sort of studio lighting.
It's a window. You can see the window in the
there's a reflection there.
Yeah, I guess I could see the reflection in that go. And I just think the lighting's very good. It has enough lighting to give the brightness that it needs, but it also good shadow in the picture as well, so it gives it some nice depth. Overall, I just think it's a really good photo. Thank you, what Nicole says. Let's go. Let's go to our next from LD.
This is Yvette.
Yvette LDYDE. And who wants to start out here?
I'll start. So, can you move? Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. I got it. Zoom in a bit. So I like the idea of this photo with like an action shot, but I just wish it had better lighting because the lighting has things looking very dull. Like the green and the red look very dull. But I do like the idea a lot.
I like the idea. I think I'm going to assume this was probably taken with an iPhone, due to the crop as well as due to the kind of the photo itself. I think I do love the idea that I think if it was taken with a DSLR or other sort of camera where you could control the shutter speed better and you didn't have the blurry scallion falling out of her hand, I think it would take the picture just kind of to the next level.
Yeah, I agree.
Jaya, what do you think?
I do. I appreciate the concept because they're wanting something in action and motion. But I agree with what you're saying as far as the type of camera used. Because I'm an iPhone user for photography too. But I know my limits because you're only going to get such a level of depth with the camera, especially when you're doing speed motions and stuff like that. So I agree with that. Also, I think if it would have been a different angle, maybe just downward, just a little bit.
Like the angle would have changed this?
Just a little bit. Like they could have moved it down like maybe a hand length just to give you that full side view maybe, and that would have made it better for seeing what they're scattering down as far as the scallions, then that would have gave more, and then that would have gave more of a background too.
Yeah.
You would have been able to see like the whole backdrop of the stove eyes and all of that in a better angle to really pull to the picture.
Yeah, I think I like the color in the photo. I just think that there's the only thing that's really drawn me off is the blurriness of the scallion that's falling. But I like the touch of having the hand in the photo.
Yeah.
But still, I think the idea is there a little. Unfortunately, I use it a lot. There are times when you just need something other than an iPhone to take certain photos.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Well, child, it got my vote. It got bacon in it.
Thanks, host.
Any other closing thoughts before we move to our next photo?
The egg looks beautiful.
It does.
It does look beautiful. It looks perfect.
Runny, which is the way a yolk should be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't say that, but
everybody don't like it that way.
All right, our next is coming from. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Nika. Elegant Savant.
Ooh.
And so here,
that's very
if I
nice.
remember correctly, when she posted this, it is a cheddar stuffed French toast, I believe is what it was, with a poached egg on top.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't weigh in.
What? Go ahead.
Okay, so
come on, French toast queen.
Well, let's hear.
That's why I said I shouldn't weigh in because I'm going to be biased.
So my thoughts are conceptually from the meal itself. And I have to remove myself of the meal versus the photo. I personally don't understand the point of a poached egg on cheddar French toast. We're moving that. Unfortunately, the piece of egg that is cut away is really bothering me in this photo. The piece that's underneath the fork. I do really like the angle of the photo. I think the lighting, the natural light is very good. I like the shadow. There's just something about the structure of the photo that has me a little thrown off. While the lighting and the angle are very good in their own right.
Okay, so I think this is just me. I mean, y'all are experts. I think that there is a lot going on in the background. There's just a lot going on in this picture. Like, I don't know what's off. It looks delicious, but I don't know what's off. I mean, I would like
I think the photo just needs a better crop to kind of take your eyes
off
away
of the
from
distraction.
like there's plants in the background, a towel. You just need to like straighten it out so it's like mostly the actual plate. And then you could get like a nice composition to where your eye is really drawn to the egg. Because I feel like right now the egg is not the star of the dish. Because my eye like immediately goes to the French toast and the tomatoes like first.
Yeah.
All right, Jay.
But I think it just needs a little edit.
I mean, for a dish like this with so many components on the plate, even to kind of understand, I think the view should have been from the flat view, so I can look over it and maybe make everything else be like the border to the French toast in a way, and have the egg like in the middle, like a basket, so that my eyes still go straight down to the egg, and then my eyes can start to flow out from that point. But I looked down straight at the egg, and it could have been like cracked from the top and run out from the top. But I do think the dish is interesting. Like, I'm not against it, mainly because it is French toast, and I like that you can do it 1,000 different ways. But yeah, it's like it's just something on it that is off. I think maybe I might actually do this as a project. If you don't mind, Nika, I might kind of like crop on this just to see what happens with the photo.
Yeah,
and send it to you if you don't mind, because I think it's a good concept.
I hope people understand that this is all like half jokingly, like, yes, we do want to kind of give our opinions, but please don't take anything we're saying personally. We are
right.
We're nobody, just like anybody else on Twitter. We're not trying to talk down at anybody. We're just kind of entertaining ourselves, trying to entertain y'all.
I'm here to eat virtually. Please feel free to send me dishes.
All right. So we have Carlos, Los with Toast, with let's actually see if we get a description. With
Huevos Rancheros. Ooh. Now Ben knows that this is my favorite because I get this at a lot of places. Has a special place in my heart.
Who wants to start out here? Bria, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. I like this dish. I wish the plate was less busy, but I do like that the plate has another color in it because the dish itself doesn't have that many variable colors. I wish it was done in better lighting maybe, but I do like the addition of the orange juice on the side to kind of complement the orange and the yellow on the actual dish. But like, I like the plate. Maybe if it was like a bit brighter or something like that, I would like it more.
So do you think that if this same shot was done on an all white plate, it would just make it completely different?
I think it would make it completely different, but I don't necessarily think it would be better.
I think it would be flat on an all white plate.
Okay.
Exactly, because I like the color on that the plate adds, but maybe it's like too much color, like, or too much of the blue stripe design.
I think it's the design itself.
Yeah, or he would need to add more color to the actual dish itself, like some red or something, just to bring out some more contrast.
So I actually don't mind the plate. I think, unfortunately, the lighting is what's killing this photo.
It might be that too.
I think that if we had like a more like kind of natural light coming in from the side, that gave the shadow here some more depth and gave more depth in the shadow within the ingredients of the place. I think it could be a very nice photo. I agree. Stylistically, it's done very well. I like the orange juice, and I think that the highlight there's a really bright glare off the knife that really just distracts me from the plate. I really think the only thing that's faulty in this picture is just the lighting itself. Just for my sake. I
agree. It needs like to be a little brighter, something.
Yeah, your thoughts?
Okay, so I love the egg. So that's key because I mean it's drawing us the most, right? But I like that everything they put on the plate complements it. It doesn't distract you from the egg. So even the cute little jalapeno right there is just like hey, it's my little friend, but it like still makes the egg the star, right? It's kind of like Michelle with Destiny Child. It's like you like it when she there, but then your eyes still go to Beyonce. So
same thing.
I like it. So I like it for that. But yeah, the lighting, had it been more natural, we wouldn't have gotten the glare from the side, and it also would have, like Ben said, gave a great shadow deeper on the right corner. But the props were very simple and clean, and the table mat goes well with the plate. So all of those things were constructed well.
Yeah, because I think unfortunately when you have such a flat element on the plate looking down at top, you need to get the depth from somewhere, and unfortunately right now it's just the dish itself just looks very flat.
Okay, thanks. Let's move on to the next one. Want to make sure we get to. They got bacon on it again. Is that turkey bacon?
I hope not.
I really hope not.
I hope not.
I don't think so, because turkey bacon don't really curl up right.
Yeah.
That's true. It'd be flat
for me. I know you guys have a lot of thoughts on this one. So, Jaya, let's start with you.
Eggs is not the star for me for this one. I went to bacon and potatoes, and then kind of digging under everything. I'm like, oh, egg. While it's cooked well, I feel it's not the star, and it's hidden by a lot of components. It might be a great dish, but if that's our focus for our concept, it's not really standing out for me.
It looks like an omelet.
Yeah, and the omelet looks well. Like it's not dry or brown looking. It looks great, but then with everything piled on the top and coating on the sides, it's just kind of smothered down under all the other components.
Okay.
That's pretty much, I don't need to add anything other than to that. I think it's a nice looking dish. Unfortunately, I just don't think it screams egg. It screams a very nice breakfast plate. Bria, we don't want to get you in trouble with the British folks in regards to breakfast plates.
There's no beans on the dish.
No beans.
I think it's a very nice breakfast plate. It just doesn't scream egg to me.
Same. I would definitely eat that for breakfast, no problem.
Right.
But, yeah, you kind of lose the eggs under everything.
All right. Thank you, GR Costin, for that. Next, we have
Zari G,
the RD.
This is a different take. Hard-boiled eggs, something that everybody eats. A lot of people eat this for breakfast. They usually are doing this when they're trying to be more healthy. Let's go to you, Bria.
I love hard-boiled eggs.
Me too.
Me too.
Religiously.
I think the plate itself is maybe a little boring. Like, I mean, obviously eggs are the star, but I just feel like the dish is it's not really doing anything for me. It's just like, oh, plate of hard-boiled eggs. I'll eat one, but it's nothing like, I don't know, crazy or as far as like plating wise goes. But the eggs look like they're done very well.
I almost would have rather there not have been anything else. If you're gonna take such a simplistic approach, I almost would have rather there been nothing else.
That's what I was thinking.
I
Because the
agree.
eggs are cooked so well anyway, they could have just been on the plate
Just
by
eggs.
themselves.
Because
And
the color
because that
is
was
great.
simple, the technique's great. Just having the salt and pepper on there with a little, extra pop. And then I think it would have been fine just as that.
Just like
I
4
agree.
half eggs just lined up in the middle of a plate with an over-the-top shot, I think
Yes.
would be like so simple, elegant, perfect, and look like it could be on the cover of any magazine.
It would have been stunning.
And it's
Yeah.
like comfort. It's comfort too. Like it's our childhood. Like everyone had hard-boiled eggs as like kids.
And not everyone
Done
cooks them perfectly. That's the thing here. They're like bright yellow yolks. Not everyone does that. You got people who've been cooking them since they was 5. They 70. They've never gotten that perfect. So that in itself would have been the color that you needed for the picture. Would have been, showing a technique that yes, it's not that hard, but apparently it is. Not too many people can do it.
Yeah.
So that would have just been a great picture in itself.
I think that's what I appreciate about the egg the most. It's like the color, and like you can just tell that it was just done right? Like we all have seen some botched boiled eggs.
Yeah.
And this is not that. I think had they just taken out the bread, that would have been a totally different thing.
Let's move to I think we got about 15 minutes left. Let's move to our next. Here we go. I like this picture.
I do like it.
I like this picture. I like the
Tell me what
color.
you like.
I like the very dark background with the vibrant slice of toast. I like that the toast is a little burnt. I like the color in the yolk. I think this is this looks like something where if I look at the picture, I want to pick it up. It's just, to me, it's just that simple.
It's simple.
And it's nothing but some black pepper.
There may be, I think there's a little bit of salt on it.
Yeah, some
There's
salt,
a little
black
bit of
pepper. To me, this is something I would eat every morning, and it's a very good picture.
Bria, tell us, what do you think?
I love the color. Like the color of the yolk, like is very beautiful. Like it's like that golden, like orangey color. I really like that, and like juxtaposed with the dark background, it really makes it pop. And it looks like moist, like very moist. It looks. I mean, it's a very nice photo. Moist.
I think
I
think the deep colors, like this screams like a blog shot to me.
Yeah.
And the deep colors really pull you into the egg white, which is obviously the focus, the egg. So with everything else is dark, just going straight to the white. And that, like you said, that golden yellow is perfect. That orange yellow.
If you had a blog post about how to do the perfect poached egg, you would have a photo like this in there.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's a very lovely picture. Thank you.
Lovely. Awesome.
Thank you, Jaya. God, I'm destroying y'all's names.
We are so sorry.
Hey, girl.
So sorry.
All right. Next from Sweetums,
Chams.
Yeah, that too. All right. Who wants to go first?
Okay.
I'll take this one.
We eat this in our house.
I say I'll take this one. This person is a blogger. I can tell by the photo that this person is a food blogger.
Let me tell you what I was most excited about. Not only did we see the egg, but we saw the
shell.
The shell, the half avocado, the half croissant.
We saw all the ingredients.
This person.
They do this.
Instagram followers are probably in the 3,000 to 10,000. This is a very lovely picture.
And I eat this for free. He makes it for me. He makes it
Not
for me.
about us.
But that's why I liked it the most. I'm just saying, because I eat it.
Jay, I just saw your sweatshirt. I need that. I'm about to find it.
Okay, like this is like my favorite thing ever. I'm trying to get mad because it's starting to fade, but like I'm about to order another one.
Tell us what you think about this shot.
So yeah, it's definitely a pro that did the setup, like, giving you the compliment with the croissants in the background, showing you half an avocado, where the egg came from with the shell, and then still the angle of the picture, and the focus on being on the plate and everything kind of blurred out of focus in the background. It just more pull. So they definitely know what they're doing. And then, of course, their eggs are cooked perfectly because it's not enough just to be a great photographer. And it's like having that technique and producing a beautifully cooked egg for a shot is definitely the key right here.
On the edge of the egg.
Any thoughts,
that little browning.
The one thing, along with everything else you guys have already said, beautiful coloring. I love that they included the shell because I feel like, I mean, obviously there's only really a couple of parts to an egg, but you know, people don't really utilize like shells and like their photography of it. So I like that inclusion of the shell as well, which is a little different than most other people's thinking.
All right, let's move to the next one. We're gonna try to get to as many as we can.
You don't really need our help, sweetums. Like, all right.
They was like, no, y'all gonna see my stuff.
I'm taking this one. This one's mine.
Okay. There's so many things.
Sincerely, Chef Tam.
Tam, girl.
This is mine.
That's Ben.
He's gonna tell you what he thinks, and he's only excited because he feels like it's trending after what he
I
does.
never said that actually. Y'all said that.
But he was really excited about this.
Is a beautiful photograph. It's elegant. It looks like it could be in any magazine. I don't know how you cook the eggs like that. I'm assuming you bake them because it's on a baking pan with parchment paper. I like the sprig of thyme in between, even though there's no thyme on the eggs themselves, but I like it there. I do like the flowers, even though they look a bit artificial. That's my only thing that I would say.
Hey, she's doing what she can.
I understand. We have to critique something.
You don't have to critique that.
I have to critique something. I can't just spill my heart out. I gotta critique something.
See what that looks like. You know what that looks like?
Oh,
We got extra time, y'all.
What happened?
I think it's very beautiful photo. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, Bria, give us your thoughts.
Yeah, I think it's also a beautiful photo. I like the different way of cooking the eggs too a lot. I think the angle is really nice to show off the ingredients as well as the finished product, and like the little addition of the green pop of color through with the flowers and the garnish and the napkins is really cohesive.
Jaya.
I love that they didn't go the typical route for eggs. I myself have never made cloud eggs. I think I know how to, but it's just never been a thing. But those like make me want to try them.
Me too.
And I like the antique utensils, you know, giving you that almost not grungy look, but gives you a deeper historical feel to the picture.
It feels romantic. Like the photo feels romantic to me.
It's like bed and breakfast.
Yeah. But I feel if we were to critique something, you could just like remove the flower and it probably still be a great picture.
So
no.
So only one other thing we'll move on to the next. The only other thing, now that I'm looking a little more at it, the box of egg could have had only half that in the photo because it does make it almost look like to where there's half of eggs in a box and half on a plate. You could probably basically shift the photo over to the right a bit.
I don't think I agree with that, and here's why. Everything doesn't have to be in numerical order and perfect. I think what's perfect about this photo is that it's imperfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
It does, and
Ben said, okay.
I photographed food based on a principle of thirds, and to me, this photo goes against that thirds principle. But that's my personal preference.
Yours. But I think that this was done the way it was supposed to be done.
And that's fine. I think it's very nice.
It doesn't look too staged. It's beautiful.
All right. Thank you so much, Chef Tam. And next we're going to move on to Elizabeth Gomez at _XOXO.
The peppers.
Ooh, pepper. All right, Jaya.
Okay. So Pepper's one different approach once again. So I love that cooking them, and they look, from what I'm seeing, they look pretty well cooked inside the pepper. I'm having that deal. I'm trying to look on the. oh, you can make it bigger. Okay, oh my God, the whole time I've been like squinting. Um, the fresh herbs there brightens it. But outside of the lighting, which I think somebody might critique on, I would have loved the angle to be more over to the right more, just to really give the full shot of the stuffed pepper and not that cut off, because the cut off not only just cuts off the picture of the pepper, but cuts off some of the egg. So had it been over just a little bit more to the right, would have been able to get the full dish in frame.
Yeah.
But I do like the setup on it. I like the wood plating. It's not a glossy look, so it kind of still lets the peppers and stuff be like the bright focus. But
yeah, like along with what Jay was saying, like if the photo, like if the subject was moved over a tiny bit to where you got the full pepper and like the eggs inside would have been great. And then I feel like there's too much negative space on the left too. So if everything got shifted and like cropped to where it's like literally the plate and the subject are filling the frame, I feel like that would have been a lot more dynamic. But I love the photo itself. I like that rustic, like stuffed peppers, campfire type vibe that I get from it.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, I really like the photo. I love the colors. The colors are gorgeous. Yeah.
So for me, where the other picture, I didn't feel like it was more half and half. I feel like this is more in the thirds realm, where a third of this photo is negative space and 2/3 is the actual content. So for me, I like the crop as it is. My only thing would be really the lighting. Unfortunately, the lighting, it gives it's almost too non-contrasted. It needs some more contrast or a little bit deeper black point just to give it some more depth, as well as the herb, especially on the pepper that's in the top of the photo, takes up too much space on the pepper. It takes away from the egg.
Okay, so I was gonna ask that. Did any of you feel a bit of concern about the egg not being a huge focal point in this picture?
It's like, it's there, but it doesn't pull you like the pepper does, because like the pepper is so bright and it has the different blend of colors within it. So that's like, I think it's the pretty thing.
Yeah. If the crop was different.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
If the crop was different, I think the eggs could be the star. Yeah. But like right now we're getting mostly pepper. Like we see the tops of the peppers.
Yeah.
And then we're seeing like, the shell of the pepper. But I think if it was moved over a bit, you would get more egg. So you would see
I think
more.
If we didn't have that herb there.
The herb is what I was.
Yeah. It could be more on the edge, not so much over the yolk.
Yeah.
I almost would have wanted it to the left.
Yeah. Just like out of the way, because it's like dead center. Yeah. And then the one at the top of the frame is just a big bush of it.
But it looks good. Peppers and eggs are always
I think
it's beautiful.
Good. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah. Next we have Bria @ Glen Coco XD.
That plate looks familiar. Don't you have a plate like that?
Similar.
All right, Ben.
So there's a lot going on in this picture. First thing for me is the plate's not centered in the picture. There's much more space on the right side of the picture between the edge of the photo and the plate than there is on the left side. For me, if you're gonna have something somewhat centered, it needs to be completely centered.
Pushback.
For me.
Pushback for you. Yes, and I get that. Different strokes for different folks. Oh. However, there have been gardening guns. There have been all kinds of things where the photos are not necessarily centered in the same setting.
It doesn't. If it's going to be like, to me, it appears that they tried to center this plate.
I don't think so. It looks like it's intentionally offset.
Okay. To you. But I do really like the color. I like the red. I like the yellow. My only concern would be what we kind of said some other times is the egg star of the plate.
Okay.
Let's go to you, Bria.
I like this photo. I would crop it a bit on the right as well, just for that symmetry. I also don't really care for the avocado being there. I feel like it was just like an afterthought maybe, because I think the dish itself is like very beautiful, but then I feel like the avocado takes away from the actual like main component of the dish.
Either they were
Or
trying
if they
in greenery.
right, and there's already enough greenery because it's in leaves.
And it
So
looks like
I don't think it needed.
we've got a green sauce on top of the egg as well. There's a lot of
Right. And I don't think it needed the extra avocado on the side, unless the avocado was actually like incorporated in that sauce. But yeah, I mean, I do like it. I just wish the crop was a little better, and the avocados were taken away.
Jaya?
If I was gonna take anything off the plate, I would take away the greens off the plate. Because
like the garnish.
Yeah.
Garnishing.
Maybe not all of them, but like the yellow ones, I would take away, and I would maybe lay the eggs over the avocado, and maybe do like a side view. So, because we don't even know what's really happening inside of it, I'm kind of assuming it's like.
Looks like.
Oh, she has it in the
barbacoa, tomatoes, roasted greens, and avocado.
So it's a French omelet.
But I think if it would have been more of a side view to kind of see what was in it, we would still be gathered by the egg. Like it would still like wrap us in some. Because like I just see a lot of distraction.
I don't think we can fully appreciate what's in the dish.
Why is it on top of me?
Because we got sprinkles, with the chives. We got
we can't
the plan is sitting in. We have the mixed greens, and we have the avocado, and it's like, okay, let's start digging under all of these elements.
Yeah,
I think
it is. It's a great
dish. It's beautiful, but I would have probably rearranged it and taken a couple of things off.
Bria, do you have any?
Yeah, just compose.
Next one.
Any what?
Do you have any thoughts before we move to the next one?
I already said my thoughts.
Okay, I just want to make any additional.
Oh, any additional? Mm-mm.
Okay, y'all.
Right. Next, we have Kristen Nicole underscore Kristen Nicole with a plate of deviled eggs.
So y'all remember we said about them hard-boiled eggs earlier? I think this is what we were envisioning.
Yes.
Yes, we were. Definitely.
It could have been just that perfect.
Gorgeous, simple, colorful. Nice straight line, nice backdrop.
Yes,
I think it's a beautiful picture. The only thing that I would say is that I think the white balance is a little too high, where you lose some edge on the right side between the egg and the plate, and kind of washes together. And that's the only thing. The only thing that I could critique on this plate.
It's beautiful.
I would crop off the left side. I'm kind of like doing it right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a weirdo. But like cutting off the left empty spaces on the plate and just having, the eggs lined to the left and having the nice, it looks like pesto maybe or chive oil. They just kind of, with the wrapping around, it still makes my eyes focus to the egg without too much space.
Yeah.
So that cut would have been like perfect.
I think it's a very nice plate.
Bria?
I also think it's a very nice plate. I don't really have too many critiques about it. I like the idea Jaya had with like making the crop tighter and kind of like literally forcing you to like focus solely on the eggs. But I also don't mind it how it is either. So
yeah, I want some deviled eggs. Who is it?
This is Kristen Nicole.
Kristen, girl.
Thank you, Kristen.
She did great.
All right, next we have Smash Adams. Let's see how many more we have. We got 3 more. Next we have Smash Adams with eggs and a sweet potato and soy chorizo hash.
Ooh, hash. Okay.
Bria, you want to go?
Yeah. Let me just zoom in here. Sorry if you can just see my forehead now, but I'm really blind. Yeah, I I like the dish. I feel like I would like it more if the lighting was better. And I feel like the colors are a little flat. And I think it would do better with like an overhead view instead of like the side view. And you can kind of see like a full aerial view of the dish. But I think it looks delicious.
Oh, I would tear it up.
This is one of the photos I feel should have had a broken yolk.
Okay, I was gonna ask you guys that. Do you feel like some elements of the egg are like missing?
But I don't think you can't. I understand that, but you can't break the yolk in the pan because then it's who really ever breaks an egg yolk in a pan. That's just not. You'd have to do that like when you actually serve the dish.
No, but for picture wise, they could.
I mean, right
but
now.
Yeah, not to serve out, but just like for picture, they could have, took like an in motion with a fork.
Yeah.
Burst in the yolk, so we get more color.
Yeah.
And then it's a little bit more inviting.
I think if you could see the yolk, this will take this to the next level.
Yeah.
I think I think an overhead shot would help this one out a lot.
And some better lighting because it looks a little
flat.
It's more saturated. Yeah, more saturated would have been.
More saturated. There's a lot of reds in it.
And I think some of that may be the editing, trying to overcompensate, or maybe just like the flatness you get from incandescent light. Then, because I know sometimes when I tried to use incandescent light, I didn't have to oversaturate it to fix pictures.
Yeah.
So.
But would I eat it? Yes.
Sorry.
I
said, would I eat it? Definitely.
Oh, of course. I tear it up.
So yeah, that's a win.
I'm not turning down most of these dishes.
But is eggs the star?
I can't say.
I think so.
You do?
I do.
I think we know they're there.
I don't know if they're a star, but they are a key factor in this photo. The next photo coming up, I've seen, and the next one, I don't feel like eggs is the star. While I do think it's a very nice photo.
Why do I know what picture you're going to see? Yep, I knew it.
So this is Charles Hunter III, the Salted Table.
And that's a good name, by the way. The Salted Table.
And who wants to go first here?
You.
You want to go? Okay, let's go.
I think this is a very lovely picture. I think conceptually, it's very well done. I like the plate a little bit off center to the right. I like that the salad dressing is kind of spilled on the table and it's kind of haphazardly spilled all around. I like the bunched up napkin in the bottom right. I like the little bit of salt you can see in the top right. I like how the plate is not fully done. I like the negative space. With all that being said, I like the lighting is perfect. The color is very good. I like the DPUs. With all that being said, this is not an egg photo.
Right.
Sorry.
What would make this an egg photo? Another egg? Maybe repositioning the egg?
Possibly another egg.
I don't even know if it's another egg.
If it's just the dish.
I feel like the dish is just not an egg.
I think that it is a dish that egg complements. I don't think that it is an egg dish.
Now,
I think if you took away all the salad and like everything else and just had the egg with the yolk on the plate, I think then it would be an egg dish.
Well, I think
because like right now it's a salad. It's a salad with an egg on it.
With a beautiful egg. Yeah.
You have salads with eggs. I think that maybe less salad.
I just don't think this is an egg dish.
It's not an egg dish.
Eggs are in salads. That's all I'm saying.
But this with the plate.
Eggs are also in cakes.
They are, but we have the salads with eggs.
Yeah,
so
but,
you know.
So with the plate, the key point was that it's supposed to highlight eggs right now.
So you're saying this egg was just.
It's a compliment to the dish.
It's a compliment. You feel like it may have just been thrown there.
Well, I think that the dish itself needs the eggs. I think it needs the fat. I think the egg probably is very good within the dish. I just don't think this is a dish where eggs are highlighted.
Or even if it's zoomed in, because it still gives you this appreciation for the egg. That's what this picture gives me, because it's beautifully cooked. Yeah. You know, it's bringing another pop. So if it was zoomed in and your focus was all egg, you know, maybe get like a corner of, it's probably fried goat cheese or something. Yeah. Get a corner of the goat cheese. You still get some of the drip on the side. That focus then kind of makes it the egg dish. But when we see the whole full plate, it's not the egg as
it gets lost. It gets lost.
Yeah.
I did think though we lose so much of what makes the photo good.
Right. Like
that's true.
I would not see the aesthetic. Possibly shifting, like I said before, less of the salad. Maybe like shifting that around to where you could have the same shot but less of the elements on the plate.
It's very conflicting because it's a beautiful picture.
I think it's a very lovely picture though.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't change anything for me, except for not including so much salad.
Yeah. Any other thoughts before we move on to our last photo?
No, I think we're good.
I think we covered.
Lastly, we have Ava with a bit of scrambled eggs on toast.
Delicious.
Good.
I love me some scrambled eggs.
Whoever wants to go first.
We'll go with Bria.
Okay. I like this shot. I love scrambled eggs, and those are like perfectly fluffy. I wish the bread was toasted, maybe a little bit more, just to get like more like golden, crispy look to it. And I wish that it was cropped more to where I couldn't see like off the counter, to where it was just like just the dish and like just the eggs and the bread. Because simplicity isn't bad. If it's gonna be, you know, simple, I just want that to be the whole focus.
Right.
But I mean, the eggs look great. Yeah.
So my only thing would be, if the one piece of bread is covered in eggs, what's the point of the other piece of bread? That'd be my only concern. Is like one piece of bread is structurally being used for the photo and for the meal itself, and then there's just happens to be another piece of bread on the plate. That would be my only thing.
Well, I was thinking it's a sandwich.
I did too. I was like, maybe they're trying to do it, but then you kind of have to like make that up.
Egg sandwiches are delicious.
Right, that's where my mind first went, because I love egg sandwiches. So I was like, oh, egg sandwich.
Why would there be a piece of parsley stuck into the middle of a sandwich?
Well, we're assuming that she knew she was.
It's a garnish.
It's a garnish. This is the perfect drunk person snack.
Bria, Jaya.
I think if we were gonna go with this simple dish, which everyone, you know, kind of connects with, it's something easy, it's something quick, something we've all probably made, you know, and a little nostalgic for some. If we're gonna go this simple route, either make it extremely clean, like Bria was saying, cutting away of the counter, or this picture is one of those setups that needs like the extra aesthetics. So, you know, having that set up with, you know, knife and fork, or, you know, the napkin, some type of border, addition to it. Maybe even just natural light in itself would have been, you know, by a window, you would have gotten that reflection, you know, or hanging by a curtain or something like that. It just needed something to pull you in if it wasn't going to be a straight, direct plate only look. Because then they could have gotten rid of that other piece of bread, off center like it is, and they just had all the extras for extra appeal, and the egg on the bread would still be the focus.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it still looks good. I'd eat it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please.
Well, I think that wraps up all of our submissions.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate it. We want to keep this going. Once again, we want you all to understand that
She done put her host voice on.
You want me to be ranty? We appreciate all the submissions, and we hope that we can continue this. We do not intend to make anyone feel a way about their submissions. None of us are professionals. Child, I'm just here for the laughs and to eat. A professional. And to eat. You know, Jaya is a professional, but I'm not here. I know for me, I can just speak for myself. I'm just here supporting this guy and the other two ladies because I really admire them too. But I cook, but not to the level that these three do. So we want to reiterate that this is not anything to be harsh. This is just offering our opinions. And we hope that we can get more submissions for our next mystery ingredient. And we can't wait to see you in the very near future. So with that, thank you for tuning into The Plate, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
See y'all later. I really hope this worked.